Venu, one of the questions I've heard repeatedly over the years when I was at Salesforce and also at Cloud Compliance is that so many large Salesforce customers and mid-sized ones also are constantly thinking about how do they go about on their data governance journey. What have you seen and what is your advice to folks who are looking for that?
Yeah. So data governance is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You need to prepare yourself. Organization has to embrace it is a journey, and the journey starts with clear understanding of what are we trying to protect. Who are our customers, the core customers? Oftentimes, many organizations they need to define the customers, and then they need to understand the laws and the compliance that they have to adhere to. In the healthcare industry, laws are so strict that you need to make sure that when you define your journey, you are considering the security and the compliance as a part of your journey. So, and you need to have the right experts to help you to make decisions. Now, I'm a part of a COE leadership program and I lead the Salesforce COE. For us, we understand the data, but we don't understand the context behind it. We know how the data is growing, we know how to protect the data, and we know how to be compliant. But all the policies and procedures should be clearly written. So it's a journey and it starts with few steps, and then you go and continuously look at your journey and mature into a place where you are compliant, you are secured, and you are not only secured, and the data is available when it is needed by your users and by your stakeholders.
I also thought it was interesting that you mentioned about data governance and a COE. So, in your perspective, what role does a COE play in terms of data governance? Are they the operators of it? Are they the directors of it? And then there's someone else who's running it. How have you seen it composed and what is the most effective way, particularly for Salesforce?
That's a very good question. So, if it is a single org environment, it is not necessarily a big deal. If you're in a multi org environment, COE plays a major role. So, each org owner, they have responsibilities to run their org and deliver business value. What does the COE's role is to understand the corporate vision of the data governance. The CRM governance is a subset of a large corporate enterprise data governance. So we translate what is there in the corporate data governance, extract what is needed for the Salesforce data governance, and work with the delivery team or those who are responsible to implement. We help them to implement. So we make the life easier for people to implement, and not only implement, and we also measure the success metrics. So that's the role. Translate, come up with a plan, implement, and measure the success.
Very interesting. I do agree with you that I think the distinction of a single org versus multi org is very, very relevant because depending on that, your level of effort, the amount of expertise needed can vary dramatically. I'm glad that we talked about this, and I know that we have a lot more on this conversation in the upcoming event that we are doing. So I do hope that folks get an opportunity to benefit from your and Prasannal's rich experience in this space. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.